Welcome back to the Coin Lover and Treasure Hunter. Today, we're diving into some of the most valuable Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coins worth big money. You might have seen these pennies before, but did you know that certain 1959 D and 1998 D Lincoln cents from the United States of America can be extremely valuable? In this video, I'll show you why these coins matter, what rare features to look for, and how a simple penny could be worth far more than 1 cent. So grab your coins, sit back, and let's get started. First up, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin from the year 1959 with a D mint mark from Denver, United States of America, and this coin represents a major turning point in American coin history because it was the first year that the Lincoln Memorial design replaced the famous wheat reverse that had been used since 1909, and collectors all around the world consider this coin extremely important not because it is rare but because it marks a historical transition that symbolized the sesquicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the pride of American national monuments, and the uncirculated condition makes this coin especially attractive because it preserves the original mint luster, sharp strike, and untouched surfaces that show how the coin looked the day it left the mint, and for beginners this coin often becomes the first serious collectible because it is affordable, educational, and rich in history. The obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, and this portrait had already been used for 50 years by the time 1959 arrived, yet it remained powerful, meaningful, and instantly recognizable, and the D Mint mark located just below the date indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which was one of the major coin-producing facilities of the United States of America, and the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of these cents during that year, which means availability is high, yet high-grade uncirculated examples still require careful searching because many coins entered circulation quickly and suffered contact marks discoloration or wear that removed them from true uncirculated status. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial design created by Frank Gasparo shows the famous monument in Washington District of Columbia, and inside the central columns one can even see a tiny representation of the seated Lincoln statue, which is a remarkable artistic detail for a 1-cent coin, and this reverse design remained in use until 2008 when it was replaced by special bicentennial reverses and later by the Union Shield design, and collectors appreciate the 1959 D cent because it was the very first year of this memorial reverse, making it a foundational piece in any Lincoln cent collection, and uncirculated examples with strong steps, clear lines, and bright surfaces are especially admired. When discussing value, it is important to understand that value depends heavily on condition, color, and grading, and uncirculated coins are often classified into red, brown, and brown color categories, and a fully red, uncirculated 1959 D Lincoln cent is far more desirable than one that is toned to brown over time, and while circulated examples are generally worth only face value, uncirculated examples can range from a few cents to several dollars depending on eye appeal and professional grading, and coins graded by major services such as those with mint state grades in the high 60s can command significantly higher premiums because they represent the finest known examples from a very large mintage. The subscription detail for collectors often involves acquiring this coin as part of a Lincoln Cent Album Series roll hunting subscription or annual mint focus collecting plan, and many collectors subscribe to coin roll programs, dealer packages, or online platforms that deliver uncirculated coins from specific years and mints, and the 1959 D is commonly included as an entry-level uncirculated coin in such subscriptions because it allows collectors to learn grading techniques, luster evaluation, strike quality assessment, and storage methods without the financial risk associated with rarer dates, and this coin is also frequently used in educational sets for young collectors learning about American history and numismatics. From an investment perspective, the 1959 D Lincoln Memorial cent is not considered a high-growth coin, yet it offers long-term stability, historical importance, and consistent demand, and the enormous mintage keeps prices accessible, but top-grade examples continue to rise slowly over time as collectors submit coins for grading and discover that truly flawless pieces are much scarcer than expected, and this creates a condition rarity effect where the highest quality coins become increasingly valuable and sought after, and this phenomenon makes the coin interesting not just as a beginner piece but also as a study in population dynamics and grading survival rates. The metal composition of the coin is 95% copper and 5% zinc, which gives it the classic rich copper color that many collectors love, and this composition was standard for Lincoln cents until 1982, and uncirculated copper cents from this era often develop beautiful natural toning if stored properly, and collectors are advised to use archival quality holders, climate-controlled environments, and minimal handling to preserve the original surfaces and prevent spotting or color changes, and the 1959D cent often serves as a reference coin for studying original mint red color versus later environmental toning. Historically, the year 1959 was significant for the United States of America beyond coinage, as it was a period of cultural change, technological growth, and national pride, and the introduction of the Lincoln Memorial reverse reflected a desire to honor enduring national symbols and values, and owning an uncirculated example from this year connects the collector directly to that era and many coin channels and educational programs highlight this coin because it visually represents how everyday money can carry deep historical meaning and artistic intention even at the lowest denomination. For grading education, the 1959D uncirculated cent is ideal because examples exist across the entire mint state range and collectors can compare differences in strike luster contact marks and color and learn how grading standards are applied in practice, and this makes it a staple coin for classroom demonstrations, coin club presentations, and online video tutorials, and many experienced collectors recall this coin as one of the first pieces they studied closely when learning how to tell the difference between Mint State 63 and Mint State 67 and beyond. In conclusion, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin from 1959 with the D mint mark in uncirculated condition may appear ordinary at first glance, yet it holds extraordinary value in education, history, artistry, and collectability, and while it may never be a legendary rarity, it stands as a cornerstone of modern American coin collecting and a symbol of transition, tradition, and national identity. And for content creators, this coin provides endless storytelling opportunities from history and design to grading and collecting strategy, making it perfect for a long, detailed video that educates, inspires, and connects viewers to the rich world of numismatics through a simple yet powerful 1-cent coin. Next up, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin from 1998 with the D mint mark is a fascinating piece of United States coinage history, and it represents a specific moment in American minting that collectors and everyday people often overlook, yet this coin carries meaning tied to circulation, production, mint technology, and public use. And when we talk about an uncirculated example, we are talking about a coin that never entered everyday commerce, meaning it still retains its original mint luster, sharp details, and untouched surfaces, and this makes it far more desirable than worn examples. And in this video we are going to explore everything about this coin, from its historical background to its metal composition to how it was made, why it exists, how many were produced, what uncirculated really means, how grading works, and how collectors today evaluate value and desirability. And we will also talk about long-term collecting strategies and why even modern pennies like this one can matter. The design of the 1998 D Lincoln Memorial cent follows the long-running Lincoln Memorial reverse that was introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and this reverse design shows the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, District of Columbia, with the seated statue of Lincoln visible inside the building, which was a remarkable design achievement at the time, and the obverse still features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, originally designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, and this makes the coin part of one of the longest-running continuous designs in world coinage history, and by 1998 this design had already been in use for nearly 40 years, which adds to its historical continuity and symbolic importance. The D mint mark on this coin indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, which is one of the primary United States mint facilities responsible for producing large quantities of circulating coinage, and in 1998, the Denver Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents to meet circulation demand, and this high production number is one reason why circulated examples are extremely common. However, uncirculated examples, especially those preserved since original mint release, still hold collector interest because they represent the coin exactly as it left the mint, and these coins were struck using modern high-speed presses on copper-plated zinc planchets, which became standard in 1982 due to rising copper prices. When we talk about metal composition, it is important to understand that the 1998 Lincoln cent is made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating making up the remaining 2.5%, and this gives the coin its traditional copper appearance while keeping production costs low, and this change in composition also affects how the coin ages and how it should be stored because zinc cents are more vulnerable to environmental damage such as corrosion, bubbling, and plating separation, and collectors who own uncirculated examples must store them carefully in climate-controlled environments using proper holders to preserve their original condition and color. Uncirculated condition is a key factor in determining value, and an uncirculated 1998 D cent will show no signs of wear on the high points of the design, including Lincoln cheek, jaw, and coat, as well as the steps and columns of the Lincoln Memorial, and the coin should still have full mint luster, which is the original shine created during the striking process, and grading services use the mint state scale ranging from MS-60 to MS-70 to evaluate these coins, and while many uncirculated. Examples fall in the MS-63 to MS-65 range. Only the highest quality coins with exceptional strike and surface preservation achieve MS-67 or higher, which is where value begins to increase significantly. In terms of value, most uncirculated 1998 D Lincoln cents are worth only a small premium over face value, often ranging from a few cents to $1 depending on eye appeal and grade. However, certified examples graded by major grading services at MS-67 or MS-68 can command higher prices, sometimes reaching tens or even hundreds of dollars due to their scarcity at those levels. And this is because although billions were made, very few survive in near perfect condition without marks, spots, or dull surfaces, and this highlights an important concept in modern coin collecting, which is condition rarity rather than absolute rarity. Collectors often search rolls, bags, and mint sets to find high-grade examples, and many people enjoy this as an affordable entry point into coin collecting because Lincoln cents are accessible, familiar, and rich in history, and the 1998 D cent is often included in complete date and mint mark sets of Lincoln Memorial cents, and for those building full collections, this coin represents a necessary and meaningful component. And it also serves as an educational tool for learning about grading, strike quality, and modern minting processes. Now let us talk about why modern coins like this still matter and why they deserve attention even though they are not rare in the traditional sense, and the answer lies in historical documentation and future perspective, because every coin tells the story of its time, including economic conditions, mint technology, and public usage patterns, and as time passes, fewer uncirculated examples will survive untouched, making high-grade coins more desirable in the future, and collectors today are essentially preserving pieces of everyday American history for future generations. For those interested in long-term collecting strategy, it is wise to focus on quality rather than quantity, which means selecting the best example you can afford, storing it properly, and learning how to evaluate surfaces, color, and strike. And the 1998 D Lincoln cent is an excellent practice coin for developing these skills because differences between average and premium examples can be subtle yet important, and understanding these nuances will help collectors across all areas of numismatics. Before we continue deeper into the world of coin collecting, make sure you support the channel by subscribing to the channel, liking the video, sharing it with fellow collectors, and turning on notifications so you never miss future videos about coins, values, history, and collecting tips. And your support helps the channel grow and allows us to continue producing long, detailed educational content just like this for collectors at every level, from beginners to advanced enthusiasts. Finally, the 1998 D Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin in uncirculated condition may seem ordinary at first glance, but when examined closely, it becomes a window into American minting history, modern economics, and the philosophy of collecting. And whether you own one already or are considering adding one to your collection, understanding its background, composition, grading, and value will help you appreciate it more fully. And remember that every great collection is built one coin at a time, and even the smallest denomination can carry the biggest story. Thanks for watching.